These films busted a lot of guts. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 most violent comedy movies. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at the comedy films with the most violence in them. There are a lot of films out there that take violence to hilarious extremes, but for this list, we're really focusing on films that are comedies, or action comedies, horror comedies, etc., and ranking them based on how well they mesh comedy and violence.
I think I'm just gonna head back to your place. I'm not really liking it very much over there, Frankos.
Number 10, Team America, World Police.
Hey, terrorist! Terrorize this.
Puppets aren't usually what spring to mind when you think of violence, but this satirical action comedy features plenty of it. Following the titular hyper-violent fictional American police force, Team America World Police parodies the country's militaristic policing of the world, as well as those who oppose it, in incredibly over-the-top fashion, while also paying tribute to classic puppetry seen in shows like Thunderbirds. The action features explosions and graphic, bloody deaths that are nevertheless extremely silly, which helps contribute to the overall tongue-in-cheek tone of the film.
Gary?
Number 9, Snatch. A criminal-centric comedy set in London, Snatch follows an ensemble cast of gangsters and crooks in several interconnected plots, primarily focused on a diamond that changes hands numerous times and a boxer and his promoters. The film contains numerous acts of violence, including beatings and murders, with some of them verging into the territory of downright absurd.
You need at least 16 pigs to finish the job in one sitting, so be wary of any man who keeps a pig farm.
Like, for example, one man's bizarre, detailed description of how pigs eat corpses, or the Russian who just won't die. Sorry, Uzbekistanian.
A Russian? Well, to be technical, he's an Uzbekistanian, but...
All in all, Snatch is a hilariously violent ride through the London underworld that will have both you and its characters in stitches.
We're in trouble now.
Number 8, Evil Dead 2. The second installment in a series that perfectly blends comedy and horror. Evil Dead 2 sees its protagonist, Ash Williams, continue his battle with the eponymous evil that plagues him. While it acts as something of a remake to the original, the film exceeds it by upping both the comedy and the violence, with gallons of gore and some truly hysterical scenes, such as Ash's breakdown, which features puppets and him cutting his own hand off. Evil Dead 2 won't be the last horror comedy on our list, but it's easily the grooviest.
Groovy.
Number 7, Seven Psychopaths.
Should have brought that gun along, buddy. Don't believe him.
One of the most bizarre comedies on our list, Seven Psychopaths follows a writer trying to finish a screenplay of the same name. However, when he attempts to draw inspiration from real-life psychopaths, he soon finds himself in the middle of a disturbing and violent, albeit darkly funny, series of events.
I don't know who you are, or why you're here, and I don't know if you do know where the Shih Tzu is, or if you don't know where the Shih Tzu is, but either way, have some pride.
Despite being chock full of murders, shootouts, and tense standoffs, the movie is still a comedy, and it uses violence to emphasize and contrast the outrageous personalities of its characters and their offbeat dialogue. The meta aspect of the film is fantastic too, as the film operates in a way that is very self-aware of its own medium.
Put your hands up.
No.
What?
I said no.
Number 6, Crank.
Move, you die.
What if the bus from Speed was a guy? Hitman Chev Chelios finds himself poisoned by a synthetic drug that inhibits the flow of his adrenaline, forcing him to seek out exhilarating and dangerous situations while he searches for a cure. The constant barrage of outlandish antics Chelios puts himself through to keep himself alive are hysterical and often intense, while his simultaneous quest for revenge on the people who did it to him is brutal and often just as funny. Crank offers thrills and laughs alike, and both will have your heart beating faster.
Did you like that one, tough guy?
Number 5, Deadpool. After Wade Wilson is tortured, disfigured, and given abilities that cure his cancer, he sets out to find the man responsible in a snarky rampage of revenge as the volatile, wisecracking anti-hero Deadpool. Wade's powers allow him to quickly regenerate from nearly any injury, and he deals out and receives plenty in the film's blood-splattered, over-the-top action scenes. Along with the gruesomely giggle-worthy violence, Deadpool openly mocks the trappings of superhero movies through its titular protagonist's signature meta-humor.
Did I leave the stove on?
This superhero film earned its R rating with buckets of blood, but it also more than delivered on the laughs, a combination that had cinema-goers begging for more.
9, 10, 11, 12 bullets, or bust.
Number 4, This Is the End. While we're on the subject of meta-humor, Here we have another movie that loves to play with the fourth wall. This Is the End follows a group of celebrities playing caricatures of themselves as they attempt to deal with an apocalyptic disaster erupting around them. It's egos versus the end of the world. Although many of the team behind the film had already made a foray into intense, action-oriented comedy with Pineapple Express, This Is the End upped the ante with uproarious Hollywood and celebrity mockery, as well as violence that's way more graphic and way more absurd. Number 3. Shaun of the Dead. When a slacker and his friend try to keep their friends and loved ones safe during a zombie apocalypse, the results are simultaneously half-assed, gory, and awesome. Like many good zombie movies, there's a ton of blood and guts, but Shaun of the Dead both mocks and pays tribute to the tropes of the genre, while providing a heaping dose of its creator's signature humor and an epic, albeit mildly toxic, bromance. All told, it makes for a film that's truly a slice of fried gold.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Yeah, boy!
Number 2. Zombieland. Speaking of zomcoms, Zombieland is a post-zombie apocalyptic comedy that sees a group of strangers meet on the road and subsequently share in misadventures while battling the living dead on their journey across America. Think of it as Undead Road Trip, but with far fewer Twinkies than most road trippers would like.
So, you did all this for a Twinkie?
The film utilizes its setting and zombie conventions for some gloriously gory comedic moments, like the zombie kills of the week and one amazing celebrity cameo.
Oh my god, I can't believe I shot Bill Murray.
Despite all the stiffs, Zombieland also has surprising heart, which, added to all the violence and laughs, makes for a truly memorable viewing experience. Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Hot Fuzz.
This is murder! It's not, it's ketchup!
When a hotshot London cop is reassigned to a sleepy village, he and his bumbling partner uncover a gruesome, murderous conspiracy. Like its creator's previous film, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz is a loving send-up of a film genre, in this case, action movies. Hot Fuzz features an even better bromance than its predecessor, while also including a more memorable supporting cast and kicking the violence up to 11. Bloody and bloody hilarious throughout, Hot Fuzz is endlessly watchable and will have you cringing and laughing in equal measure.
Hey, why can't we say accident again?
Because accident implies there's nobody to blame.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.